Yeah. So by definition, it's not changeable. It's immutable. But here we can see we can change it. So whenever somebody try to change the string, what JVM does, it will create a new character sequence, a new string with changed thing, but it will not modify the existing one. Just for example, uh, wait. Suppose I have a string object. Inside the string object, I have I love Java. This is my string object, and its reference is contained by str. Just for example, so this is something, a string str equal to I space love space Java. Okay. In the next line, I want to try str equal to str dot to upper sorry upper case. That's mean we are trying to modify the string. Okay, so what happened in the memory? In the memory, a new character sequence will be created. A new character sequence will be created with uppercase I love Java. And since you are not assigning this into a new variable but the same variable, so what happened? This time this will store the address and this will be lost. This will be lost. Yes. So what happened exactly in the memory? It's modifying existing string or create a new string?
Create a new string, but
Create a new string. Yes. The thing is same. We cannot modify the existing one.
Right.
Once we created a string object, we cannot modify. Whenever we trying to modify, it will create a new object, new string. Getting my point or not? Let's understand by different example. Suppose I have a string hello world. I have a string hello. Let me write the code first. Then I will explain. String s1 equal to hello. Okay. This is first string. This is second string. Java. Okay. If somebody trying to do something like that, string s3 equal to s1 plus s2. Tell me how many strings we have in the memory in this case for this scenario.
How many memory? 2.
How many string objects we have in the memory?
One hello, one Java.
One hello and one Java
and then the other one is hello Java with 3 S3.
Yeah, there are three. There will be three
minutes.
strings. Yes, definitely. Just one more minute. Yeah. S1, S2. If somebody wants to perform some kind of modification on these strings, hello cannot be changed. So nothing can be appended with the hello. Nothing can be appended with the Java. But if we try to concatenate, what happened? The resulting string will be created in the memory. The resulting string will be created in the memory. That is hello Java, and its reference will be created inside the stored inside the S3. Yes, you can see every time you try to modify by any means, it will create a new string. I gave two examples. Yes, things are clear or not?
Yeah.
Wow. So this is good thing or bad thing?
Which one?
A string is immutable. Strings are not changeable. It's a good thing or bad thing?
Um, it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. In what means? Yeah. The first mean
So
is,
that
yeah. Tell me.
um, the main the original string cannot be messed up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Although it
Um, String class are immutable. String class objects are immutable, non-changeable. So that definitely, if Java people are doing this thing or did this thing, there are some reasons. First thing is, uh, yesterday class we saw that if we create a string object, let's say hello, and again we are trying to create hello, again we are trying to create hello. How many objects will be created in the heap memory? If you write something multiple times, just for example, if I write string s1 equal to one time, one time, two time, three time. So how many times Musa will be created in the heap memory? How many objects will be created by executing these three lines?
only one.
Only one. Only one, because they are same character sequence. So whenever same character sequence is already exist, Java JVM will not create a new object but return the reference of the same object. So if it is changeable, suppose S1 change something, so change will be reflected on S2 also. That's why it's become immutable. Immutable means no can change it. So we are we are basically giving the security. No one can change this. No, it is. Everyone can only read it. Third thing, it's multi-threading, thread safe. If there are multi-threads in the environment, and all the threads can access it without any problem because no thread can modify it, there will be no problem. There are some advantages, but advantages comes with some cost. The cost is whenever you try to modify something, it will create a new object. So means by this way we are getting so many objects. Let me write a program, then I will tell you. Sample 3. Int I equal to 1, I less than 10, less than equal to 10, or I plus plus str equal to str plus the 1, not plus the 1 but I. Sys out, tell me the output, tell me the output.
0 plus 1 is 1, but I is less than 1, less than 1 or equal to 10. Is that 2?
Why true? Because we are printing str and str is a string type. So whatever the print, it will be a
TR
string. So you see now, our string
string
have,
is 0.
yeah, our string is contains 0. But in the
Yeah.
loop, every time I will add, first I will add 0 plus 1,
0 plus 1 and
plus 2,
plus.
plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7, plus 8, plus 9, plus 10, till 10 tak. So
Uh-huh.
that's mean answer will be, and there is not
0
mathematics, so
10.
0 plus 1 is not 1, but 0 1. 0 1 plus 2 becomes 0 1 2, 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. No?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see.
So it will come in a
Hmm?
different line or just in a straight line? This value 0 1 and then 0 2 or 0 3 like that, or
No.
keep coming in line?
Why it's coming? Because first time it's 0. You can see now.
So because of the loop, it will just continue in same line.
Yeah, you can see. First time 0
Oh,
1
see?
0 1 2, second 0 1 2 3 0 1 2 3 4. Keep adding. Concatenating
Yeah,
means
that
keep
is
it.
what something like that I wanted to see.
No, but
Now,
final
now,
answer. I write this thing in the loop. That's why it will execute. But final answer will be after the loop.
mm,
So final answer will be this thing.
okay,
Yes. Okay. Fine. Come to the main point. How many
yeah,
strings created in the behind the scene? So many strings, because every time you modify, it will create a new string.
mm-hmm,
So string modification is the costly operation. It will create so many objects, and your heap memory will be full sooner.
yeah,
If your heap memory will be full and there is no need, no space uh, for the new objects, there will be an error, out of memory error, and no one can handle, because errors are irrecoverables, and your program will be terminated due to
mm,
lack of memory. So it's not a good operation. I only run this, control Z. I only done this for 10 times, but suppose 100 times.
yeah.
How many strings we have? You can see how many
It's
strings
gonna
we
go.
have. Let's add one more 0. These many strings. Console is not able to show all the strings. This is not a good
Hmm.
idea. Again, this is not a good idea. So what is a good idea? I want a character sequence which can be mutable. I want something
Character integer.
I want something mhm. I want something which objects represents character sequence, but it should be mutable. It should be changeable. I want something. So the something name is string builder. Something name is string builder. An object of a string builder class represents sequence of characters. A string builder class object is string builder objects are class object is immutable or changeable. Yes? Yes? No? What is the difference between a string and a string builder? Okay. What is the difference between a string and a string builder? Both
String.
represents both represents character of sequence. But a string is immutable. We cannot change it. Whenever we are trying to change the string, it will create a new object. But a string builder is a changeable, mutable. Whatever the change we did, it happens in a same object. Let me show you. A string builder demo name. How to create a string builder? SB equal to new, something like that. We cannot create like this. Like a string, we create a str one equal to Java. We can create strings like this. Yeah, problems. Hmm. Yeah, we cannot create like this. Somebody comes and create Java. It's an error. It's an error. Okay. So if I want to create a character sequence which denotes Java, I have to write something like that. This is the correct way. Okay, fine. Now I want to add something. So append method, sb dot append method. Append, you can append anything. Let's say Java SE, and there will be same object. Let me show you. Sys out here whatever the value of SB. Okay. Here sys out SB. Let's see. First it will print Java, then it will print Java SE. You modify, it will modify. Let's suppose I want to modify one more things. I want to append -8. So let's see what will be the output. So final output will be, yeah, getting. But you you want to know whether it's a single object or multiple objects. So every time I will print the hash code right now. Plus sorry, sb dot hash code. If this hash code is same for every time, that means it's a single object. If this hash code is same for every time, it is called single object. You can see. Yes, means whatever we can change in the string builder, it will happen in a same object. No new object will be created. It's a immutable. Yes or no?
Mutable.
Sorry, my bad. Mutable, changeable. Mutable, changeable. Okay. So another interviewer's favorite question: string versus string builder versus string buffer. Yes, interviewer's favorite questions. So you can say string builder and string buffer represents character sequence. Okay, first line is common for all three. Whether a string builder or string buffer, they represents character sequence. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. But string class objects are immutable, non-changeable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
String builder and string buffer are 99.99% same. String builder class object is mutable, changeable. String buffer class object is mutable and changeable. Wow. Means these two are mutables and strings are immutables. Yes or no?
Yes.
What is the difference between string builder and string buffer? String buffer. String buffer is thread safe. String buffer is thread safe. Means we can use it in multi-threaded environment. Yes. Yeah. When we have multiple threads, multiple flow of executions, then we can use string buffer rather than the string builder. Or otherwise, they are cousin brother. They are twins brother. Okay. They have exactly same things, but the only difference is string buffer is thread safe. So when interviewer asks the question, what is the difference between string builder and string buffer? First point, all three represents character sequence of characters. Okay, a string is the character sequence which is immutable, non-changeable, whereas string builder and string buffer represents mutable, changeable character sequence. The difference between string builder and string buffer is string buffer is thread safe, while string builder is not a thread safe. So we can use string builder in single thread environment and string buffer in multi-threading environment. This part is clear or not? Yes or no?
Yes, for now.
Okay, very good.
They represent the sequence character.
All three are the way to represent sequence of characters. Whether it's a string builder, string buffer, you can represent a string of characters. Suppose you want to denote my name. Okay, either you can use string class object, string builder class object, string buffer class object. But if you use a string, it will be an immutable. You cannot modify. If you are trying to modify, it will create a new one. But if you are using string builder, it's very good choice. If you want to modify, keep modifying. but it will be a bad choice if you are working in a multi-threaded environment, means there are multiple threads can access this thing. In this case, the inconsistency comes into the picture. So for this, we can go for the string buffer. Simple thing.
Get an example of multi-thread.
I will cover multi-threading, don't worry. I will tell
Okay.
you. Well,
StringBuilder.
okay.
StringBuffer.
File handling, input, console, yeah. The new chapter is file handling and console IO. How to create a file, how to create a folder, how to read a file, how to write a file. Okay, these are things. So let's start. File handling. So what is file? What is a file?
File, we can put information or the work in the particular file.
Okay, and what is folder?
Yeah. But we're talking about the file handling, right?
Yeah, file handling. What is file and what is folder?
So the main one is folder, and folder consists of files.
Okay, very good. Folder can consist files, folder can consist another subfolders. Okay, very good. The folder word we basically use in the Windows operating system, and in the Linux,
Right.
the same folder is called directory. Yes.
Right.
So
Yes.
whether I say folder or directory, it will be a same thing. Okay. So file or folders, file or directories are nothing but the path names. Name.
Path name.
What is the meaning of path name? Let's see. This is a folder, na? This
Right.
is actually
Yeah.
path name. This is a folder.
Yeah.
See, this is a path name.
Yeah.
This is a folder. Actually, this is a path name.
How to go there in inside of the other
Yeah,
one?
this is a
Inside
file.
of the
This is the file.
yeah.
abc.java, na? This is the file. Right click properties. You
So
can,
how to go there is the path name.
yeah, this is a path name, complete path name. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So whether file or folder, basically they are path name. Okay. And most of the time file have extension. Even we can have a file without an extension. Okay. But in normal scenario, files have extensions. Folder don't have extension. Directory don't have extension. Okay. So if we talk about the Java file, we have a file class in java.io package. Now, which package I'm going to understand? IO package. IO means input output. There is a file class. Okay. What is the definition? An abstract
File.
representation of file and directory path names. Oh my god. Means file class object will represent file itself or file path.
An abstract
Sorry.
file and directory. So it's a path.
File
The whole
object.
thing.
File object will represent actual file, file path.
File path.
File path. Yes. This point you have to keep in your mind. You never represents the file or directory itself, but the path name in the Java. Okay. So let me show you things. For the convenience, I will create a folder, let's say in my F drive. Here is the less folder, so I will create my folder uh, testing for testing purpose. Okay, I will do whatever I will do in same folder. Okay, in the E drive testing folder. So let me create a new application. File demo one. So I want to create a file. File equal to new file. Okay, and I can pass the path E drive colon testing colon abc.txt file. But tell me 100% with 100% surety, in E drive testing folder, let's say, although Windows are case sensitive, I don't have any problem, but still for the similarity purpose I make same thing. Tell me, is there any abc file?
There is no ABC file. You
No
have a
ABC.
file demo1.java.
Yeah, but in the source code number line number 9, it says there is a file abc.txt, but where is the abc.txt? We don't have in our hard disk. That's why I'm saying file object in Java never represent the file. It only represents the path name, and it it can be 100% possible on that path actual file might be contains or not contains. In this case, file is exist or not.
It doesn't exist. We can make another.
Yeah, means whenever we create, definitely it will exist. So let me show you. Let me show you. Sys out file dot exist. So what will be the answer? It will
No,
give it will give
exist.
false. It will give false. False means not exist. Yes.
Yeah.
Let me create a file. Let me create a file. Right click, new, text file with name ABC. Same program. Same program. Earlier output was false. Now true. Yes. But again, in my view, my understanding, file is just a representation of path name, whether they exist or not. You getting my point?
Yeah.
Okay. Next thing. काहे दिमाग लगाएंगे?
But that will confuse if you don't have the file and you just have the path name there.
Yeah, so what's the problem?
The problem is it's just unnecessary path name.
No, your program will play with path names. Might be those things are not in the hard disk, but still you will, let's say now, suppose I don't have path. I don't want to create manually. I want to create programmatically. So first I will denote this path. Then I will try to create. How to create a file? Very easy. File dot create new file. All the methods of the IO will throw an IO exception. So that's why I will use either try catch or throws class. For the sake of easiness, I will use throws class. and then again I will check. First it will give answer false, and next it will give true, because this method will create a file. Let's see the magic. Let's see, file is created now. Answer will be false and true. Yes or no?
Yes, but
What's the problem?
no file name.
File name means
File dot new file does not have a name, right?
who said file don't have name?
File dot create new file.
Yeah, this file will be created. This is a path name. Might
Right.
be there is no file, so this will create a file. What is the problem?
It doesn't need to give a name for the file.
No,
Okay.
even if you give this name, let's say Papa. Okay, so let's see what happened. Let's create a file named Papa without extension. Whatever the thing, it will get the file. But if you want to create a folder for this, file.mkdir,
Make directory.
just 1 minute. We cannot have save. Let's make it any extension for now. This okay. Now I'm going to run this application. It will create Papa folder. Okay. Oh, sorry. Now let me run this application one more time. You can see the Papa folder is created. So whenever you call create new file, it will create a file. Whenever you create make directory, it will create the directory representing the same path name. No? Hello?
Yeah.
It will create a file. It will create a folder. So whenever you have a file object, whether it exists or not, I don't care. If you want to create a new file with the same path name, you will create new file method. You will call this method. If you want to create a directory or folder, you have to call this mkdir. Simple thing. Okay, I don't want to go in a much detail. So suppose I have a just for example, here there are lots of things, and I want to represent the content of the folder. I want to represent the content of the folder. So first I have to get the path. This is the path. Okay, and I want to show the content of the whatever this folder directory contains. Let's change the variable name. Okay, first I have to check whether this path denote directory or file. How I can check? So if whatever the variable directory is directory, if it is actual directory, then what I will do, I will ask dot list. You can see list give the all file names, list files give all the files. So I'm interested in file names, contents, directory contents. It can be array, and I can loop the array. For I can use for loop. Yeah, yeah, something like that. If this path represents a directory, I will ask give all the content of the folder directory that, and I will print all the names of the content one by one, one by one, one by one. Let's see. Now you can see it is same. It is same. These 4 files, even 5 files. Yes or no? Plus 2 folders. Whatever we have here. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So we can do lots of things. I don't want to go in detail. So we can create file folder. We can delete a file. We can rename the file. We can rename the folder. So many things we can do. It's just a basic example. Now I want to show how to write file, how to read file, how to write data and how to read data. So there are two types of data basically. One is textual data, human readable form of data, and one is binary data. So if we see this part, this is textual data or what? Binary data.
Textual.
It's a textual data. You can easily read it and you can understand it. But suppose we have an image and I want to open with Notepad++. Yeah,
0110 something like that.
yeah, it is binary data actually. Image, PDF, video, they all are binary data. And binary data is something which can be understandable by the application, not the human being directly. Getting my point?
Yeah.
So I want to read and write text first. Then I will talk about the binary if I want. So I'm giving a phrase, you must note it down. East or west?
Java is the best.
Java is the best. Wow, wow. But for this time, yeah, for this time you have to remember east or west, reader and writer for text.
Okay.
Reader and writer for text. If you want to read a file, you will create object of file reader. If you want to write file, you have to create file writer. Yes, reader and writer for text. So
Reader
let
and
me
writer.
reader and writer for text. So let me create a package. File write, file writing. I will demonstrate how to write some data, some textual data in a file. Again, I will go in my E drive in the testing folder. I will delete everything. I will delete everything. My testing folder is empty. Yes. Now come to the main point. I want to write a data. Let's say file. So I will create a file. I will create a file. New. Import. Yeah. What will be the path? In the E drive, colon, in the testing folder, I want to write some data.txt file. Extension can be anything. Let's say data.musa. Okay, extension can be anything. It's not a txt. Means txt करने से text file नहीं होगी. Text data लिखने से text file होगी. Extension can be anything. Okay, and we know that there is no data.musa file in this testing folder. Okay, no worries. So I want to write data. So I want to create object for file writer because I want to write text data. So let's say create a file writer object. File writer. You can see there is a class in Java. File writer equal to new file writer, and it will pass the file. And I know that every method, every constructor from the IO will return IO exception. So I will declare here. Yeah. Now we have a writer, but the good thing is you should close the writer. Wow. And before creating and closing, you have to write your code. So let's say writer dot write. Writer dot write. I will write something. Hello from Java IO package. Okay, so let's see what happened. Is there any file? Is there any file?
Yeah.
Which file? In the testing folder, are you able to see any file right now?
No, not
No.
yet.
So whenever you trying to write data into a file, if file is not exist, it will create it, then data will be written. Otherwise, it will override the content of that file. Let me show you. First time it will create the file and write the data. Create file, then write the data.
So it just does it by default. You
Yeah,
don't
by
have to do.
default. Whenever
It's
you
not
are trying to
file
write,
create.
whenever you are trying to write a file, you don't need to worry whether the file exists or not.
Okay.
If it is not exist, it will create a file. You can see the file is created. Let me show you the data. Right click. Wow. Hello from Java. Yes or no?
Yeah. But what is the file name? What is the name?
Data.musa.
Oh, okay.
The file
So
name is data.musa.
you gave the name up there,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Let me run the same program um, with new text. I love biryani with curd. Something like that. Okay. Curd yogurt. Yes. Okay.
We understand curd also.
Sorry.
We also understand curd.
Curd is, I think it's a dahi simple form. But
Yeah.
when we make some changes like make raita और उसमें sugar मिला दें, then it's become yogurt. Yes or no?
Okay.
So ठीक है. Let me run this program again. This time file is create already exist or not?
Yeah, it exists.
What it will do? It will not create a new file, but it will replace the content. So now currently we have hello from Java IO package. Let me run this
Would you
application.
data.musa
Yeah, you can see.
file?
You can see.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Yeah, the file has been modified. Let's change. Yes, I love it. You can see every time it will replace the content. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. So what do you want? What do you want? I want append. In the file writer, we have a constructor boolean can pass true. So whatever we write every time it will append. I will love biryani. Okay, my favorite just 1 minute. Favorite. My favorite is tunde kababi, tunde kababi and moti mahal. Okay, something like that. It's a vegetarian restaurant in my locality, and it's about famous tunde kebab.
Also, you get
Sorry.
do you get good biryani also there?
Yeah, good biryani kebab plant is very famous. Search here. Tunde kebab. Wikipedia. Yeah, kebab paratha and everything. There are lots of YouTube videos also. But still, okay. Right click. It's done. Let's see. Modify. Because it's appended. It's appended. Yes or no?
Oh yeah, it's added.
Yeah, it's appended. It will not replace the content by adding this only this true part. So this is a basic example of how to write data. Okay. The next example, how to read data. So file writing demo, file reading demo. File reading demo. Okay, we must have file, and for file reading we have file reader. File reader. File reader. And I should also change the name of the variable file reader. Let me reader. I will write some code here, don't worry. So let me make this file little bit. This is line 1 multi-line file, so it will be easier to understand how to read a file. And this is line 1, this is line 2, this is line 3, this is line 4, this is line 5. Yeah. So now in data.musa we have how many lines? 5 lines. While file reading, this file must be exist. If this file is not exist, the exception comes file not found exception. Okay. While writing, file is exist or not, we don't have care, because if it is not exist, file writer will create it. But while reading, file must be exist, otherwise we will get file not found exception. Let me show you. Suppose I just I just renamed it. Let's say I just change it. Okay, so now file exists, but name of file is data.txt, and I want to read data from data.musa. So data.musa exists or not? Array?
1 second.
In the testing folder, I have data.txt file. I can see it. But in the Java program, I will try to read data from data.musa file. So data.musa file exists or not?
No, data.text
No.
exist.
So if I run this program, let me show you. You can see there is an error. Which error? File not found exception. Why? Because the system cannot find the file specified. There is no file like this. Oh, let me change this thing. If I will run this time, it won't give any exception. Why? Because this file is exist in this location. So file reading file must be exist. Okay. Now how to read it? How to read it?
File reader.
Yeah, let me show you reader dot read method. Read. There is a read. Okay. It will give the things, and it says if it gives -1, that means end of the stream, end of the file. Okay. Okay. So what I will do, while reader dot read not equal to -1, sys out, not an next line, but sys out print let's say int x or x equal to, yeah, x. Wow. So I will try each and every character and I will print it. Let me show you what will be the output. Again, it will be very scary, no one likes, but still I will print. Oh my god, it prints a number. Why it's printing the number? There is no number, there is the characters. Actually, you can see read will gives the number int ASCII value of the character, but I have to print not number but char, so I will cast it. Or even you can write this thing ch equal to x, and we have to cast it. So instead of x, instead of the number, I will print character. Now it will look better. This is line 1, this is line 2. Wow, now it's very good. But the problem is that in this approach, we are using file reader, and file reader data character by character. It will read data char by char, character by character. Yes or no? But I want some performance line by line, line by line, line by line. Why am I'm reading T H I S space something like that? I want data read line by line. It's slow performance. For this, I will create a same program, but a different way. Different way means I will introduce something. I will use buffer reader. Buffer reader. Br equal to new buffer reader, and I will pass my reader here. What's the benefit? What's the benefit? I'm telling you. Suppose you are going to Walmart store. You are going or not? You ever go Walmart or not? हाँ भाई सब लोग सो गए?
No.
थोड़ा सा ऊपर से निकलना है ना, कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है. Suppose you just visit the Walmart. You park your car, and there is 100-meter walking distance from the parking and the Walmart store. You park your car and you just walk through the Walmart store. In the store, you pick a toothbrush and just you build it and come back to the car and put your toothbrush in the car. Again visit the Walmart. Now you pick the toothpaste, you build for it, pay for it, and again come back to the car and put this thing into the car. Then again go back to the Walmart. You again pick a soap, again pay for it, and come back to the car and put it in the car. Yes, it can be an approach or not. It can be approach or not.
We
Yes,
want to do everything one
yes,
time.
yeah, somebody can do it, but it's take lots of time and effort.
Yeah, we want to do it.
So
I want to buy it in
yeah,
one time.
yeah. So
It's very better
so
doing it.
we are not. We can do it, but we are not doing things. What we are doing actually, yeah. Tell me what you are doing when you went to Walmart. What you are doing?
We are doing one trip, making one trip, purchasing multiple things in one time.
Yes, definitely. You pick a cart, a bucket, okay, and whatever
Yes.
you want, you can just pick from the shelves and store in your bucket
Yeah.
or your cart, shopping cart, okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when you are done, you come back, pay for it, and
Take-
in one go you will put all the things in your cart. This is the
Yeah.
efficient way, na? So
Yeah.
tell me, you picked items from shelves one by one or all in a one?
One by one.
One by one. But this time you are storing your items in the temporary storage. That is cart. That is
Card.
bucket. Yes or
Bucket.
no?
Yeah.
So what is the cart?
Yeah.
What is the bucket? It's a temporary storage.
Yeah.
But this storage is useful when you want to put all the things in your car in one go.
Yeah. For temporary.
Yeah. So buffer reader is your bucket, your shopping
Bucket.
cart. Bucket reader uses file reader. File reader will read data character by character, character by character. But when you are reading from the buffer reader, it will give the line by line. Understand? No. You are picking items from the shelves one by one. Shampoo from the shampoo section, clothes from the clothing sections, pulses from the grocery section,
Yeah.
cashew, almonds from the roastery section, mutton, chicken from the that sections, है ना?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you are picking the things from one by one in your shopping cart. But when you want to deliver in your car, when you want to put all the things in your car from the shopping cart, it's in a one go. So that's the buffer reader. Buffer reader reads data one by one from the reader, but when you are trying to read data from the buffer reader, it will give the line by line. That's why I am making changes in here. And this time I will not read from the data read from the reader, but buffer reader. I will not pick the data from the shelves, but the shopping cart.
From the buffer reader.
From the trolley, yes. Almost same program, but instead of in this line by line data, line by line, it's optimize better performance. Right click, output will be same. Okay, print ln. Sorry, output will be same, but performance is increased. Why? Before this, you are reading data from the reader, and reader gives data character by character. But here you are using trolley, buffer, bucket, which read data from the reader one by one. But when you are trying to read data from the buffer reader, it will give the line by line. नहीं बात समझ में आई.
What is the
So basically, whenever we are trying to read for the performance, we will use buffer reader. Okay, we can do this thing, but we will use this thing. So this is the way how to read data from the file. We can write the data, we can read the data. Now,
So when it is stored, it's in file, not in buffer, right? The it will get data from the buffer reader and then it's saved in the file.
Actually, buffer reader will ask reader to read data, and reader will read data from the file. So actually, file reading is done by the file reader, but buffer reader will store all the things in an intermediate storage. So whenever you ask buffer reader, give me a line, it will not read the data from the file itself, but from the memory, because data is already written read by the file reader, and buffer reader buffered all those data. Here you are picking each item from the shelves and putting in your car. These are the Walmart shelves. Reader is a Walmart shelves. But this time I will pick the items from the reader from the Walmart shelf and store into the my trolley. And when my need is full or my trolley is full, then I will retrieve the items from the trolley, not the shelf. So getting the item from the trolley is the faster, or getting the items from the Walmart shelves from the different area will be faster. Yes, any confusion? In simple word, whenever you are trying to read data, you should always use buffer reader. Why? It is an efficient way. Okay, so I'm done for now. If anyone have any question, please ask.